What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got another unboxing for you. It is the Evercade EXP, but not just any Evercade EXP. It is the Evercade EXP-R. What does this -R stand for? I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to find out today as we unbox this and check it out. Evercade has some really cool handhelds. The Super Pockets is what I have. I have a few of those, and that is, I don't want to damage the box. Let's see. Let me just cut out some of the plastic, and then we can talk about the box before we open it up. Yeah, so I have some Super Pockets. The original EXP came out a while ago. I did not take advantage of that, so this is my first PSP-shaped device. This is why I love this form factor, so I'm excited about it. The Super Pockets are great, but they're a little tight, and especially if you want to do some long gaming sessions with some games like Tomb Raider, for example. This is going to be the better console, I think, for that. So obviously included with this is not just the console, but it's going to be the Tomb Raider collection. Let's take a look at the box front, top. Take a look at the back. There we go. Some branding on the bottom. And looks like it's just going to slide right out. Oh yeah, here we go. This is just a slip cover. So we'll set this off to the side. Kind of a cool thing, especially if you're into Tomb Raider. Alright, this is just the box within a box, fairly plain. I'm going to open this up. Is there some more tape? No. Open this up to reveal the actual console itself. There we are. So we have a substantial manual, I think. There we go. No, it's not that much. It's not that bad. So here is your safety manual, just in case you want to operate everything. You want to do it safely. For God's sakes, we can't have people running around gaming unsafely. There's not much really here. There's some instructions in Slavic and Dutch and Italian. A lot of stuff going on here. FCC compliance regulations and all that. So there's that. If you want to hold on to that, that'd be great. A quick start guide. I always enjoy the quick start guides. Just cut right to the chase. Don't make me read a whole bunch of nonsense. Words are a challenge to me. Maybe we can go over this in a little bit. If we have any troubles or any struggles, I don't think we're going to have. But here we go. Here is the device. Let's set this off to the side for just 1 second. Take a what else is. Now this is really good because I knew that the Tomb Raider collection was included. I didn't know if it was actually going to come in the case, and it does come in its case, so that's good. Sometimes the pack-in games, back in the day, if you remember, handhelds from back in the day, or even consoles themselves, for a while there, while the games were actually digital, or I'm sorry, not digital, they were actually physical, they would come in like a sleeve, like a cardboard sleeve, and it wasn't exactly like getting the game in the cartridge like all your other games. Let's see, like right here. Look up here. This is one of my new games here. So you see, it comes in this clamshell. It's really cool. I was afraid that if you got this, you weren't going to get that clamshell, but you do. You get this. The game is here. Just as if you were to purchase it separately. Got the manual, got the game there, so we'll have to check that out another time, another day. There we go. Also included in the packaging, just a simple cable. That's really it. This is a USB Type-C. USB Type-C charging on this one. So there you go. So if you ever have a cable, that's great. If not, you got another one, don't you? All right, let's go ahead and separate this from the cardboard. That's it. Okay, so we'll take this, throw this off to the side. A little dusty. Kind of surprised it doesn't have like plastic on it at all. The weight is pretty good. It's not bad. I love the charcoal. One thing that you really don't notice, I think, in some of the videos that they showed, maybe you did, I don't know, I didn't notice it, was that the buttons are not charcoal like the console. They're black, so everything is a different kind of color. Black stands out in contrast. Of course, the turquoise, the blue, stands out nice, and it's not just the face buttons. It's some of these buttons here on the bottom, which is you have your dedicated tape mode button for taking and playing like this, which we're going to do a little bit later. Because I also have the Tate Grip. We'll take a look at it. And so for a size comparison, let's go ahead and put this next to a PlayStation Portable from back in the day. You can see the screens. They are roughly the same size. Actual screens itself, not the bezels obviously, but very much very similar to that, just a little bit bigger, making it a little bit more comfortable to play. So if you like the PSP size, the PSP form factor, of course I do, this is much more comfortable. Oh, one thing I do notice, that's kind of a shame, is there's no dust cover. Now, I don't think that there are any included games right now. There's no preloaded games. So I guess you're going to have a cartridge in there regardless. But it would kind of be nice that if you're going to store this or maybe even display it, to have a charcoal dust cover like these Super Pockets have. Hold for 2 seconds. So hold the turquoise button on top for 2 seconds to power up the device. And the battery is low. Luckily, I have a USB cable right over there. Let's charge this thing up. Let's see if we can just play with it actually plugged in. Hey, we can. Okay. Oh, there we go. Got something. Come on, show me the OS. Okay, here we go. I'm not even going to be able to update this thing until the battery is up to 50%. So we're going to go ahead and let this thing charge. And you know what? I'll probably check back in with you tomorrow. Good morning. It is the next day. We've got the EXP-R all charged up and ready to go. So let's go ahead and fire it up. Again, now that we have the update completed, we should be able to get a closer look at that operating system, the interface, which I think is going to be very, very similar to what we saw on the alpha. Okay, so there you go. You can kind of see, I know the reflection is bad, sorry guys. You can see this is very much no cartridge inserted. You have the, once again, the game of the month. Similar, very similar to what we saw, well, almost, it's exactly what we saw on the alpha. And of course, the hidden games. That's going to be uniform through, I guess, across all their platforms. No cartridge installed. Once again, you have the library. So, you know, the 63 carts that are available. You put your cartridges in here, and then it actually shows, it will update that collection. Okay, so then let's go to the settings. Very similar, like I said, very similar to what we saw with the alpha. All the different theme settings, sound settings, network obviously, accessibility, language, system. You can check for updates. You can do a reset, all that good stuff. Force patch cartridge, which is something that I don't have. And the secrets, once again, secret codes, credits, all this stuff. So yeah, so basically the same interface with a little bit of changes, you know, for, you know, the fact that there's just going to be one cartridge slot instead of two, and then you're going to have EXP-R branding. Okay, so let's throw in the included cartridge. Tomb Raider collection. The game not being 16:9, obviously. You're going to have the bars on the side. Oh, the era of rough controls, non-analog controls. And we're quitting Tomb Raider for now. Not because I don't love you, Laura, but because we got other stuff to do. Let's go ahead and unbox the little Tate Grip here. This was new. This was part of the bundle that I purchased, so I wasn't able to... I had to wait for both of them to come out before... Oh, there's no package. No, there's really no packaging at all. It's just... You just have the grip. There it is. Go this way. This way. This way. So you have your D-pad down here. Oh, this out of the way here. Let's grab some arcade goodness here. Some Toplin shooters. Shooter action is one of the great, one of the cool things about this console. And I think we can swap to Tate mode on, just swap on the fly. Let's see. There we go. Oh. Okay, this is cool. It may look kind of monstrous. But this, okay. Like if you're into shooters, this is a good orientation. Oh, this is exactly the way these games should be played. Power up. Once you install your Tate Grip, you've got a level of plastic, another layer, that you have to overcome to push the buttons themselves. They're down here. They're kind of they're recessed, and you know, in this orientation, it's not that big of a deal really, because you're really not using those buttons. You know, if you're in the non-Tate mode, the Hori mode or whatever, you're not worried about that. You go back to horizontal mode, you're playing like this. You know, everything's fine because you've got a totally different set of face buttons, and these face buttons do kind of protrude out of the faceplate a little bit more than these do. When you go into this mode, Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. It's almost like these buttons really should have been recessed or flush with the actual faceplate itself, and then a part of the grip itself, you have an additional button, you know, like a spring-loaded button that would just contact those buttons underneath, so that they would kind of stick out. And then the D-pad is fine because it's, you know, it's a big D-pad, and that's okay. But these buttons, I do find myself kind of, they're close together, and I do find myself sort of reaching in to try to find those buttons. It's not bad. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. The Tate button, the cutout for the Tate mode on the side is great. But when you're hitting these buttons, it's, you know, for some fast arcade action, it's not the best in the world. It's almost, I mean, I hate the fact that you're going to mess up your view, but it would be almost better to just play it like this. All right, so there you have it, the unboxing and my first impressions of the Evercade EXP-R. A good little handheld device for sure. Great if you're already in the Evercade ecosystem, but if you already have the original EXP, I don't think that there's a lot of reasons to upgrade, considering those first consoles actually had an HDMI out, and that's something you're missing here. But the USB Type-C is convenient. That's very nice. If you don't have one of these, the price cut is also about right. This is still available over on the Funstock website. But the only thing that this is missing, besides some kind of a cover to kind of, you know, blend the cartridges into the actual console itself, is a pouch. And they do include a pouch type case on the Funstock website, but it's got purple on it. I don't know why. I'll insert a shot of that here. I think that that really needs to be, if you're going to go with the pouch, which is fine, you want to have the pouch for this, the cable, and then included, you know, throw some cartridges in there. You definitely want to have a pouch that's black with a little bit of turquoise to kind of go with the EXP-R aesthetic. I think that would be a much needed change. But overall, if you're into the Evercade ecosystem, you really can't go wrong with this, especially with the price point. If you want something a little bit more substantial, a little bit more comfortable to play than the Super Pocket, this is a great way to go. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. You have a blessed day, and I'll see all of you next time.